Good morning, super readers. Thank you for joining us in our Valley PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Nix.
Good morning, I'm Mrs. Vang.
And I'm Mrs. O'Leary.
And this is a place where we come to learn, practice, and
Grow our brains
to become even stronger readers, writers, and thinkers. So let's get started by warming up our brains with some ear training called Daily Phonemic Awareness. So make sure that those ears are turned up, and I'm going to have Mrs. Vang help me out today because we're going to do what's called phoneme deletion. And phoneme deletion means, well, we're going to delete a sound. So we're practicing our sounds. There's no letters. Okay, so here's our word. The word is flock. Say flock. Flock. Okay, what are the sounds we hear? O, A, K, F, O, A, K. Now, what happens if I delete the F sound? What sounds are left? O, A, K. Lock. Did you see it? Okay, let's listen and do another one. I said, did you see it? But I was talking about the little circles. But let's practice another one.
That was fun.
Right?
We made a new word just by deleting a sound.
Isn't that amazing? Okay, how about this one? Say the word slid. Slid.
Slid.
What sounds do we hear? S, O, I, D. Slid. Okay? So what if I take away the S sound? What do I have left? O, I, D. Lid. Did you see my new sound or my new word? Yes. All right. Here we go. Last one, I'm going to really try and trick you on this one. Are you ready? Okay. So the word is plate. Let's see if you can guess my new word. Plate. Okay. What are our sounds that we hear? P, O, A, T. O, A, T. What if I take away the P sound? What do we have left? What's my new word? O, A, T. Late. Did you do that? Great job. That's such a fun activity to practice our sounds. And today, speaking of sounds, we have a song, If You Take an Octopus to Dinner, and I bet you want to sing that with us. So get yourself some space, get your 8 arms a-going, and let's loosen like an octopus.
If you take an octopus to dinner, do not worry or make a fuss. An octopus has 8 long arms. It's one of his many charms. Wave your arms like an octopus.
Oh, like this? This is wave your
Did you do it? Did you spell it?
Oh, that was fast.
All right, let's tango, ladies. And to the other side. Yes. All right, get your octopus arms. You have to have 8 of them out, right?
Yeah, we can get ready to spell, you guys.
T-O-P-U-S. Oh, I almost fell down. I love it. We're so silly.
What's my favorite part?
Tango. Oh my goodness, so much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
Love
Thanks
it.
for joining
I'm
us.
finally trying to get the spelling of that octopus down. So good morning. It's time for phonics again and blending and building. So let's just get started right away. Oh, no, Mrs. O'Leary, let's review. It's always good to wake up our brains and review, isn't it? So let's do that. So we have our bat card, and we're going to review some of these sounds and letters that we went over the last couple weeks. So it's B, bat, and it's spelled with a B. Our next sound spelling card is the koala card. It's K, koala, and spelled a couple different ways with a C, a K, and at the end of a word with a CK. And we might see that later today. And our lemon card is O, lemon, spelled with an L and an LE at the end of a word. Next review card is our guitar card, and it says G, guitar, and it's spelled with a G. Super, super remembering, everybody. Our piano card is P, piano, and it's spelled with a P. Nicely done. Our map card is map, and it's spelled with an M. And our dolphin card says dolphin, and it's spelled with a D, and at the end of the word, sometimes with an ED. And we're back to our bat card. Very, very good. Good reviewing. So we're going to move right into blending some new words. So let's look at that. Let's look at this first word here. What's the sound? Do you remember? That's our lemon card. L, A, K. Now look at here. Remember a couple weeks ago we talked about when two consonants are together, sometimes they say one sound, and that's the case with the C and the K when they're next to each other. So it's going to be L, A, K, lock. Good job. Really good job. Let's come over here. All right, so we've got oh, I remember learning about our L blends. I'm going to just come down here, and I'm going to put that there, because when we blend those L's with other consonants, we say it really quickly. So it's k, a, k. And look at, we have a CK again. It's going to make one sound. Blend it with me. K, a, k, clock. Good job, really good job. All right, let's build a word. How about the word rock? We all know what a rock is, and we have those out in our yard. So let's see, let's look at our letters, and we're saying You got it, that would be our R. I'm gonna put it right up here. Octopus. That's our short O sound. And then K, K. Okay, you're right. It is a C and it is a K together. Where's my K? There it is. Rock. Very good job. Remembering that sometimes that C and K are together and they make one sound. Beautiful. One more. How about flop? Like when I get home from work, I just want to flop on my bed. Okay, so full up. What do you think? I think somebody saw this down here. You're right. That's another one of our L blends that we learned when we were talking about our lemon card. So full, what do you think? Any guesses? Oh, it's not flock, it's flop. Excuse me, flop. Yes, it's P. I wanted to change it into flock, which we could. That's what's so wonderful about words. Boy, you can just mix and match them, and it's really fun to do. So flop. Very good. And our sentence down here says, the, with a capital T, says it's 8 o'clock. Which one of these words would tell us it's 8 o'clock? Which one do you think? Can you find it? Yep, you're right. It's the clock. C-L-O-C-K. Let's read it together. The clock says it's 8 o'clock. All right, good job today, boys and girls. Let's learn another fun way to learn our high frequency words with Mrs. Nix.
Thanks, Mrs. O'Leary. That's awesome. All right, we are going to talk about our high frequency words today. And even though I'm showing you some strategies using high frequency words, these are actually strategies you could use really with any words that you're practicing. But we always like to practice our high frequency words And why is that? Because we see them often in our reading and we're using them all the time in our writing. And so it's important that we're able to read them and to write them. Okay, today's word is this word right here, and it is they. They. Say they with me. They. How do we spell it? T-H-E-Y spells they. So we could practice writing that word on a piece of paper a whole bunch of times. We could do it with a coloring crayon or a marker or a pencil. We can practice it. We could use it in a sentence, just like this one's here. So I have a blank, will win. So I could put they will win. But here's the thing. To make it a sentence, what kind of letter do I have to have at the beginning? I've got to have a capital. So you know what I did? I went over and I recopied my word they. So I'm going to move it just so you can see it right here. And I redid it with a capital. So now we've got they will win, just like that. Awesome. I hope that they do win. I'm going to put our word back up here. Now, here is something that you could do at home to practice. You could make yourself some kind of maybe a placemat at the dinner table while you're waiting for your family to be cooking dinner, and you could be practicing some of your different words. So I'm going to call this one, it's called Whack-A-Word. All I did was I took a pool noodle and I cut a little piece off, and I just have a pencil stuck inside, and I just kind of poked it in there. So now I have a nice little soft hammer. It's not going to really hurt anyone, but I can go through and I can play a game. It's always so much more fun to play a game to practice our words. So if my word is they, I'm going to practice whacking, just like, you know, when those little moles come along and we want to whack them down. So I can say T, then I'm going to look for H, E, where's my Y? Down here, Y. And I can go through and I'm identifying all my letters, T-H-E-Y, and it's all these skills that are being able to be practiced. So families, this is a great one. Teachers, if you're with your students, they could all have one on their desk. You could make things that are a little bit smaller maybe, so get creative, whatever you have around. But this is a really fun way to practice looking at your alphabet and learning your letters, practicing your words. All right. Something else that we love to practice when it comes to reading, a strategy that we've been talking about this week, is to ask and answer questions. And so today's story is called Friends. And as we're listening to our story today, I want to think about a question before I read my story. And I wonder, what might the friends enjoy doing together? What might those friends like to do together? And that's a great strategy to think of some questions before you read a story. Okay, so as you're listening to today's story, see if the question is answered. What do the friends like to do together? Enjoy it. We'll see you in a second.
Friends by Nina Cruz. Pam and Jill are friends. They play a lot. Pam and Jill toss a ball. Pam hops. Jill hops too. They play tag. Pam is quick. Jill is not as quick as Pam. Jill is hot. She does not like tag. Pam makes a plan. She has a box. Jill looks in. It is a doll and a dog. Pam and Jill sit on a rock. They make up a game. The dog and doll are friends. Pam and Jill play, play, play. It is a fun day.
Did you guys enjoy that story called Friends? Now, Mrs. Snooks had a great question before we listened to the story. Remember what she asked you guys? She wanted you guys to think about, remember you were going to think, what were the friends doing? And can I retell the story? Well, retell today's we are going to be focusing on some details. So you can retell, but I want you to focus on the details. Can you do that? I can do that. Okay, so retell is going to help us retell the story. Focus on the details. You're right. You are going to focus on the details as we're retelling this story called Friends. So let's see if you guys can do it at home while retell and I do this together. All right, are you ready to retell? Ready. Okay, so when we retell, we start with the characters. Retell, who are my characters? Do you guys remember? It was two girls. You're right. Do you remember their names? Pam and Jill. You're right. And don't forget, like your cousin read, Rhonda, if you need to go back and read that story to double check to make sure you are correct, make sure you are doing that. So our main characters in this story was Pam and Jill. You're right, they were Pam and Jill. And what was the setting? So the setting is, where were they? I know where they were. I don't need to read. I know, but can you? Yes. But okay, so tell me, retell, what was the setting of the story? I think they were at the park. Is retell right? Well, let's see. Do you guys remember? That's right, retell, you were right. They were at the park. So I'm gonna put that onto my chart. They were at the park. Now, retell, you're gonna help me, and we're gonna focus on the details, or what we can say, key details, right? The important details of the story. So I want you to think of 3 details that happened in the story. I know already. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a second. Let's see, let's think about what happened in the story, and retell's gonna help us. Oh, he can't wait, he knows those details. Okay, retell. Okay, you ready? Oh, retell's ready. Okay, so tell me, what was one detail that happened in the story? And remember, we're thinking about what friends do together. Okay, retell, it's almost your turn. I know. Oh, he's such great patience and self-control. I know he wants to shout it, but retell's doing such a good job holding it in. Oh, retell, I'm so proud of you. Such great self-control. Okay, so remember, 3 details, and we need to think about what friends do together. They toss a ball. They play with the ball. You're right, retell. Oh, retell. I'm glad you had such good self-control. Let's put that in. Okay, great thinking. So Pam and Jill played ball together. That was one detail, right? What else did they do together? They were playing tag. I love playing tag. Oh, you were right. They were playing tag in the story. So let's put that into our chart in this as a second detail. Okay. And can you give me another one? Oh, you're ready. Okay, what was the last one? They were making or playing games. They were. And do you remember what they were playing with? They were playing with some dolls and some stuffed animals. Great detail, retell. Good job. Okay, retell, you did a great job retelling or going through our story, but that's with some great key details. So great details to our question that we had about the story called Friends. Now, did you remember something that happened in the story? What happened? Remember when Jill was running and then, when they were playing tag and Jill kind of stopped because she wasn't as fast as Pam? So that kind of goes with our writing prompt today. So our writing today says, what do you do when you don't want to play the game your friend is playing? Ooh, that's a hard one. I know. So let's call our friends to help us. You want to do that? Tina! Scooter! Riding time! Riding time! Okay, I think they heard you. Thank you, retell. Oh, and our friends heard you. See, here they are. Hello, Tina. Hello, Scooter. Thank you for helping us during our writing time. Did you guys hear that prompt? I'm going to read it one more time, and I want you guys to think, and I want you guys at home to think about this situation, or if you were ever in this situation, what did you do? So my writing prompt today says, what do you do when you don't want to play the game your friend is playing? That happens to me sometimes. Does that happen to you guys?
Oh, Mrs.
What
Faye.
can we do? We can stop playing with them. No, let's think of some better ideas, right? Because I still want to play with my friends. Can you guys help and retell? I want you to think, what can we do when we don't want to play a game our friend is playing? So I'm going to use some of my words in my writing prompt, and I'm going to restate my writing prompt and use it in the beginning of my sentence. So I'm going to start with, if I don't want to play the game my friend is playing, I can. So what can you do when you don't want to play the game your friend is playing? Oh, I see. Oh,
Mrs.
Tina's been thinking,
Mrs.
Tina.
Faye, I have an idea. This is something that I've done before. I've done this before. So my friends and I, when sometimes when we can't quite decide what we want to play, and we don't agree, then we take turns. And the way that we do that, like we play my game for a little bit, and then we switch the game and we play my friend's game. And then, you know what's amazing about that, Mrs. Faye?
That's such a great solution, because you guys are compromising. I love that. Great solution.
And then, you know what's great about it?
What's great about it?
Well, then we get to play 2 games.
Oh, I love that. So instead of
so much
one,
fun.
you get to play 2. I love that idea,
And
Tina.
I have it written down right
Oh,
right
thank
here
you,
for
Tina.
There
Oh,
it is.
are you
There
going
it
to
is.
help me? Thank you, Scooter. Oh, Scooter has an answer. Sorry. Thank you. Retail is helping me, but I see Scooter. Scooter's trying to tell me his answer, but let's go over Tina's answer. So you can play with them for a little bit and ask to switch games later. What a great idea. And then you get 2 games. Yay. Awesome. Oh, that's a great idea, Tina. See, I love that. Oh, Scooter has an answer, a solution for me too. So Scooter says when he doesn't want to play a game that his friend is playing, he says he tells his friend how he is feeling. I tell my friends how I feel. So is it a good idea to just say, hey, I don't like playing that game because it's not fun? Or maybe you can say, that game is really hard for me to play, and so I just don't enjoy it. So can we just tell our friend how we're feeling? Is that what you're thinking? Oh, Scooter, that is a great solution.
Because Scooter and I, sometimes that happens to us, because guess what Scooter likes to do? Do you know?
No, I don't. Well, Scooter, what do you like to do?
Scooter likes to climb trees. He likes to climb trees, and he always is inviting me to climb trees, but you know what? I'm not very good at climbing trees.
I like that.
And so-
Tina, you were telling Scooter how you were feeling. And is that okay to tell your friend? Yeah, because Scooter's saying, Scooter says he didn't know. So maybe next time we can all think about a game that we all can play together. How about that? Yeah? Awesome. Okay, what about if I just invite them to play a different game? Oh, like what you were saying, Tina? So we can just think of a different game that we could all 3 play together, because I can't climb trees. I know. Retail can't climb trees either. So let's all just pick a game, right? Can we all just pick a game that you guys can play? Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys are so awesome. Okay, are you guys ready to hear another great book that you guys should be reading? This is my favorite one. Let's see if you like it.
Boys and girls, my name is Katrina Anguiano. I work here at Thomas Elementary in the library. I have a book here that's called The Day the Crayons Quit. It's about crayons writing letters to Duncan about why they want to quit. Why do they want to quit? I suggest you check out this book, read the letters, and figure out why they decide that they want to quit. Check it out on Sora or your school library. It's really cool.
Thank you for sharing that book with you. It's one of my favorite books, The Day the Crayons Quit. Oh, I love that book, and I read it all the time to my students. And it's great because all the crayons are writing letters, and it's a great way to learn how to write a letter. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Tennis.
Tennis who?
Tennis. 5 plus 5.
Oh, man.
Yes, it is.
Tell, you're crazy.
Oh, he added some math
Boys
for
and
us.
girls, we'll see you back here tomorrow at PBS. Have a
Bye.
great one. Bye-bye.